Hey y'all, how's this October Friday going for y'all? It's Leslie with Phat Cat Flossing, back for video number, I think it's 54. I didn't look before I started like usual. I'm disjointed, so what's new? Anyway, today is Friday, October 5th. Yay! I love when it starts cooling off, although it's 85 here right now, so it's not real cool, but you know, better than 95 or 105, right? Anyway, welcome back to my channel, y'all. It's lots of crazy cat lady stitchy crazy. Emphasis on the crazy. Hi, Caleb. How are you today? Do you hear that kitty talking in the background? She's saying hi to you. But anyway, today's just another old Friday, same old song, second verse. Not a whole lot of news around here, which I always think is probably a good thing. I haven't gotten a whole lot of stitching done the last week. It's been busyness. I don't remember what we did last weekend, but I got very little stitching done, which is okay. I mean, you know, gotta have life besides stitching, right? And Monday I had appointments for kittens for rabies shots. That's always fun, hauling 4 or 5 kittens at a time to the vet's office. But the vet's office has fun with it. They like playing with the babies. And then Tuesday I drove to Tulsa, which is not quite 3 hours, to take a kitten to meet his new mommy who was flying in from Atlanta. So I met her at the airport and sent Meowski. Crazy name, huh? He's registered as Promises in the Dark, but they're calling him Meowski. He's cute as a bug. I miss that little snot. Anyway, his new mommy is in love with him, so that's good. But since I was in Tulsa, I made a brief stop. I couldn't stay long because I had to get home, but a brief stop by the Silver Needle, and I'll talk to you more about that in just a little while. Other than that, kind of gearing up for kittens to be leaving. I have a couple of litters left. They will be leaving the latter part of this month, well, starting next week, and then through probably the first week of November or so. And probably around the middle of November, I'm actually going to fly one out to Seattle. Place one with a lady who has MS. She doesn't travel well, so she's buying my ticket, so I'm going to carry the kitty to Seattle for her. Not looking forward to that. Flying is kind of a pain in the butt anymore. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. And she's going to go to a great home, so do what you can, right? Steve was home the last couple days. He hurt his back, so he was here being pitiful. So again, not a whole lot of stitching accomplished. But let me talk to you about what I did get done. I finally got Sally Spencer FFO'd. Yay! You know, I was going to finish Sally, I think back in August or so, and I had a really pretty black frame to put around, very similar to this one, and I broke the frame bending the points back down. Didn't know my own strength, right? Didn't know how crappy the frame was, apparently. But anyway, I went to thrift store in Fort Smith around 2 weeks ago-ish, I guess, and found this frame, and it fits just about perfectly. If I had my druthers, I would show a little bit less fabric around all of the edges, but you know, she fits in there, and she looks pretty nice, and she's hanging in my entryway. And I have another short clip that I'm going to do in a little while. I had some folks ask to see my stitchy spot and ask where my cross stitch, if they could see where some of my cross stitch was hanging in my house. So I tried to do a combo and do that before this. Yeah, everybody was going to be seasick from me turning the camera back and forth around. But so, and I don't edit because I'm an idiot when it comes to computer stuff. So, but anyway, there'll be a short clip after this to, for those folks who want to see my stitchy spot and where my framing, where my finished needlework was hanging. But I am thrilled to have old Sally up. So there she is. And I did get a little more stitching done this week. And y'all, I have to kind of apologize. On my last video last week, I pissed and moaned about fancy floss. And you know, it was all my own fault. I didn't put the colors together and check them close enough myself. So you know, it's not a fancy floss crisis. I was just being grumpy about it. But I did, this is the one I was grumping about. I did finish Woolemina. Cute, cute pattern. And this pattern will probably be a giveaway here before too long. And here she is. And she is stitched on, I believe this is 36 count weathered shingled from R&R. And I wasn't happy because the color of the sheep is very pink. But you know, I'm okay with how it turned out. And as a couple people commented on my last video, she can keep my blue sheep from the Lizzie Kate Summer pattern company. This is mostly the called for floss. I did change a couple things. Like this little heart over here is now more the purpley color, one of the Victoria mottos that I subbed in. And I did change this pink to make it a darker pink and make it more contrasty with the sheep because it was about the same color. And if anybody's interested in those conversions, you can let me know and I'll holler at you. You can't really see very well the different green for the stems down here, but you know, I'm just going with it. It's done. It's okay. It's gonna be cute. And I don't have her finished FFO'd yet, but this is a frame I picked up, I think at Goodwill in Fort Smith several months ago. I paid a whole 99 whopping cents for it. And the frame needs a good cleaning because it's filthy. Whoops. But that mat is cut just almost exactly the right size for Woolemina. Now, the frame is quite dinged up. I'm going to probably paint it white. I think Woolemina is going to go hang in the guest bath. And the walls in there are kind of a honey buff color. Everything in my house is that color except the office and the living and dining room. And it's a pinky taupey color, for lack of a better description. So I think a white frame will show up, and I think a white frame will accent the gray of the weathered shingle pretty well. And then I'm not a huge fan of this linen lining here. So I may experiment with what I can do to change that because I think it's going to look even dirtier than it is now next to a white frame. So I may see about, I may like really dilute down some Rit dye and just kind of paint maybe a grayish color on there. I don't know. I'm going to need something to make it look like it's a color and not just dirty. And then when I framed the earth gatherers over there they are. And I hope you don't hear the kitty puking in the background. Hairballs are a fact of life here. But I don't like the blue mat. That's not going to go with that. So I am going to take the mat out and paint it similar to what I did for the earth gatherers. So there's Woolemina. See if I can stack those so they don't fall off on the floor and break the glass. That'd be about my luck, right? I got a little bit done on a couple of whips. Not a whole lot. Like I said, it just wasn't a real productive week for me. But I did work a little bit on the 'Tis the Season Sal. Let me find this. You know, nobody's ever seen this picture before. 'Tis the Season from Blackbird Designs from the Home for the Holidays book. And I got, basically all I did was fill in some more red on the cardinal. Good Lord, that's a lot of red on that cardinal. And I'm still nowhere near done. But, you know, I figure it's a Christmas piece. I need to have it done by December 1st, so I've got time. And I don't know yet how I'm going to finish this one. And this is done in my own conversion, mostly to Victorian motto sampler threads. If anybody's interested in that, you can let me know. I do know the cardinal is stitched in Victorian motto sampler red. No, that's not right. Scarlet orange is the color for that. And Ann Thompson, who is the proprietor of the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, which is my more or less local L&S, about 2.5 hours away. Ann is just such a wonderful lady. And this is her model of 'Tis the Season that she stitched in, I think 2014, she said. Nope, 2011. And she changed the wording down here to say, sing praises unto our Savior. And that's what I'm going to put on mine. And Ann said she is happy to share this with anybody that wants that conversion of the words. And she also charted out, she didn't chart out, but these are 2 borders, top and bottom, that are not included on the pattern as it's shown on the 'Tis the Season pattern. But she said what she did on the 'Tis the Season pattern, it ends with the snowflakes, top and bottom. But what she did, she said those are borders from some of the other patterns in that same book. So if you were interested in doing those, you can locate those in that same book of patterns. And I will put Ann's email address in the show notes below. And if you have any difficulty in getting in touch with her, you can let me know, and I will try to hook you guys up. Excuse me 1 second. My throat's dry. Okay. And now, y'all know I'm the queen of squee-wee wet, right? Just want to stitch what I want when I want. And I don't remember if I pointed out when I did my little stitchy spot tour a minute ago, my basket of whips, but it sits right beside my stitchy spot, and I just reach in and grab whatever project envelope or whatever I feel like working on. And the one I have heard calling my name most this week is Blackberry House by Plum Street Samplers. And I started this sometime around last Christmas, the first of the year, somewhere around there. And I don't realistically think that I'm going to get it done before the end of the year, but I would love to. And it's really been the one that I've just kind of felt like I wanted to work on. So here's where I am on it. And what I've accomplished lately is I have finished the house, and I talked last week about converting that purple. I got the little 1/1 horse weather vane done. Although now that I think about it, I think maybe he's missing something on the top here. Whoops, the vane for north is missing. I will have to go back and fix that. There's my little 1/1 horsey. And then I got 201, and I was afraid to put in either an 8 or a 9 because, like I said, who knows when I'll finish it. I may be hot and heavy working on it this week and then not touch it again for 3 months. Who knows? So I did not finish that last number for the date there. And then I started the frame at the bottom, and I've gotten the berries and leaves that are here in the top of that box done, and then started the alphabet there. I think I've got A through F and then Q and start on R. So I actually feel like I made fairly decent progress for the limited amount of time I spent on this week. And if it keeps talking to me and saying, stitch me, Leslie, then this is what I'm going to keep working on. Like I said, I would love, love, love to get it finished this year. We'll see. Make you no promises, so I tell you no lies. But that's a beautiful pattern. I really enjoy stitching on it. And then the last thing I worked on, I think, although, it always runs together for me and I never know. But I think I worked on this Sunday while we were watching football. Sweetest Home from Country Cottage Needleworks. And this is 2/2 on a 28 count. I think it's mint green. I don't remember who the linen's from. I think it's a Witchell, but I'm not sure. But I got the rest of the third bee-skep done, and the rest of the flower stems, and then most of the pink flower, the outer portion of the flower. So I'm probably 60% completed with this. This will be one I'm also going to be looking to try to finish, because I'm really feeling like I want to get some finishes done. So ones like this that are pretty close, within striking distance, I'm going to be working on. I really thought I might have it finished this week for Happy Life, the shepherd's bush that I've been working on. But I've ordered the buttons from Just Another Button Company, and I ordered them maybe last Thursday, so a little over a week ago. Maybe Wednesday, I don't remember. And I got a shipping notice, but I haven't seen them yet. So I haven't really made a push at that one because I can't finish it till I get the buttons anyway. What else? Oh yeah, I have some haul. Excuse me. Like I said, I went to Tulsa to the airport, and you know, it's not that far. I have to come back within like a mile and a half of Silver Needle, so you know, had to stop. I mean, it was mandatory, right? So I stopped at Silver Needle, and I did not have a really big budget, but I did pick up a few things. And I got some linen to add to my stash. This is a 35 count weeks. The color is Honeysuckle. Kind of blowing out. It's not a super dark yellow. It's a pretty medium sunny yellow, but it's darker than what it's showing up here. And I got a fat quarter of that. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for, but it was just a really pretty color. And who knows? I liked it. I also got a fat quarter of, this is fabric Flair. It's just called gray. And it looks grayer in this, it's coming up grayer on the monitor than what it actually is. It's really more of a blue than that, but it's a very pretty mottled blue. I keep looking at that Harbor Haven Sal from By the Bay, and I think this might work well for that. So we'll see. I'm not sure I'm going to do it, but it keeps tempting me. And that's a 36 count. And then the last thing I got was a fat quarter of Vintage Country Mocha from Zweigart. It's also a 36 count. And I think this is just really good sampler fabric. I really like that. I'm not super into brown, but this is if I'm gonna stitch on brown, this is a pretty brown. I like this one. And then I picked up a couple of charts. I fell in love with that checkered house. Isn't that too cool? This is We Give Thee Thanks from Chessie and me. And it says, we give thee thanks for nature's bounty. And I just thought that was really, really cute. The house is not done in specialty stitches, but I think some of the pumpkins are. This basket, and then there's like some specialty stitches here and satin stitch in this. I kind of like some specialty stitches in there, so I thought that was going to be funny. And it came with a linen, but you know how I said I'm not a big fan of brown, so that may just go back in my stash. I may change that out because I like the way it looks on this lighter linen. This looks much lighter than what that does. Pattern photography can be so misleading. And then this is all Natasha's fault, Stitcherella. She showed this on her last video, I think, and I just fell in love with it. I love the way this vine comes over here and that bird sitting there. And then the verse is just way too true. It says, what's in thy mind, let no one know, nor to thy friends thy secrets show. For if thy friends should prove thy foe, then all the world thy secrets know. You betcha. I don't know when I'll get around to stitching that, but I thought it was gorgeous. And I don't know if I said this or not, but this is on Prudence by Plum Street Samplers. So pretty. And this one I blame on too many people to mention, like, you know, Steph and Christine and all the world that's doing the Away We Ride, Sal. And I want to do it, but I'm just trying not to start a whole bunch of new things. Because I have to do the anatomy of the pew-pew for my father-in-law for Christmas, and then I have a couple of ornaments that I really need to do for my friend Charlotte for Christmas. So that's 3 more starts right there. Although all those things are small, but I'm just trying to be good and not start a whole bunch more stuff. Because I'd like my whip basket to get empty enough that I can get everything in and out of it without having to shove it all down in there. But anyway, I picked up Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. Because I think that's just way cute. And then the last thing I got was Gratitude from Little House Needleworks. And this is one of the Little Sheep Virtue Charts that came out, I think, in 2014. And there are a total of 12 of them. And what I really want to do is, I'd like to do them like Nell from Little Yellow House Crafts, the way she has them all around, you know, the perimeter, all 12 of them, and then the center is a piece from Sheep in the Meadow from Country Cottage Needleworks, I think. I really want to do that like that. But I have not found them all. They came out in 2014, and like I said, you know, I could probably call and order them, but I just haven't been that motivated. But if any of you are looking to pass the stash or want to sell your other Little Sheep Virtue Charts, holla, because the only other one I have besides this one is Peace, and I would like to collect all of them. And that's all my haul. I was only moderately bad, not terribly bad. Other than that, same old song. Second verse, third verse, fourth verse. We'll just all consider ourselves lucky that I'm not singing any of them. I think the only other thing I have to touch on is the 1,500 subscriber giveaway. And thank y'all all so much for coming back to watch. And 1,500 people plus subscribed, and I'm just, again, can't believe it. But I am thrilled and touched and just over the moon about it. And to do that, to celebrate that, I am doing a giveaway. I announced it a couple weeks ago on video 52. And if you have not commented on that video regarding how you stitch, whether it's in a hoop or a Q-snap or a frame or in hand or with your toes or standing on your head or whatever, go comment on that video to be entered. And that giveaway is going to consist of a project bag. I will make you a project bag of your choice from my stash of fabrics. You can choose Halloween or fall or Christmas or regular or whatever. I have a Blackbird Designs pattern booklet to put in there. Some silks from Silks for You. I think some beads. And, oh, a fat quarter of Picture This Plus fabric. So, there may be some other goodies, depending on what I can find. So, go comment on video 52 to enter if you haven't done that. If you commented on last week's video, number 53, make sure you go back another week to 52, because 52 is the one that I'm aggregating all the names from to do the drawing. So, I think that's it. But y'all go enter, because I really hope to bless somebody with that. Because y'all really blessed me, and I appreciate it. But that's all I've got to talk about. It's only 23 minutes, but you know, that's okay, because, you know, ain't no good upload speeds here. So I will see y'all soon. I'm planning on doing that drawing next Friday, October 12th, 2018. I will announce the video, the winner then in hopefully next week's video, assuming, you know, God willing and the creek don't rise, that I get it done that day. But I will see you then. And in the meantime, y'all have a wonderful week. Happy stitching, y'all. God bless. Bye-bye.